What is the maximum bore you can do with the F23 stock sleeves? Can you go 87? Is it possible to run a G23 with the stock F23 piston? If I'm using low compression K20 piston with Ford's F23 piston and turbo setup, is it any good? Alright, that's some of the questions that we are going to cover on this part of the multiple episodes about your comment, questions, and concerns. Thank you all for watching, by the way. Welcome everyone. Good day. Alright, it's perfect. Alright, you were asking about the if the F23 can be bore to maximum, which is 87, by the way, 87 millimeter. And in reality is the first G23 is a non-VTEC version. That was the first one. The G23 with the VTEC head on it, that is grandfather from that build, the non-VTEC one. And the guy was using a F23 block, and he have it bored to 87 millimeter to accept an H22A4 piston and using an F23 OE connecting rods. It made some good power, and he was using that quite a lot. He was using it for racing too. Yeah, courtesy of HondaTech.com. That was back in the day. But let me show you the block. F23A4. Yes, you can have it bored to 87 millimeters to accept a H22A4 piston or other pistons that you like, which is, by the way, the K20 comes with 87. You can use a K24 piston if you like. Once it goes that big, your piston selection is endless. But take a note, you can only use it for NA setup. You cannot boost that motor if you bore it to 87 millimeter. It's because of the liner will getting thinner and thinner. It's just not enough. It's not safe to put some boost on it. Only NA setup. What is the maximum wheel horsepower you can make on a G23 using a K20 piston? It all depends. If you're using a much higher dome than this one, which will give you a much more higher comp ratio as it is, this is a type S, and there's three types of piston for K20. You have the Civic type R and you have the Integra type R. The type R will give you much more higher than the two other piston. So imagine this one, I was using this and it made 224. Make the compression a little bit higher than that one. Yeah, you'll make that much, a whole lot. Someone left a message on my channel, said he made 260 on his G23 NA setup. I don't have a proof for it. I should have asked for it, but that is the highest or maximum wheel horsepower that someone claimed that he made on his G23. I know some of you probably even made more than that. If you think about it, and you want it to be as stock as possible and reliable, this is as stock as it can be. I didn't do anything on this one, nothing special other than this and the intake manifold. The internal on this one is as stock as it can be. I built this one so you guys could relate. Reliability, it's hard to put a period dot on it because you know every motor is different. They're built differently. You could use the same setup like I do here. You probably will surpass the power that this one make, or it could be less. Every motor is different. They're all different. And also, it's all about user error. What I meant by that is over revving it. It will not last. A motor that has that high compression, it just will not last. Your other question also, is it possible to use a ep.23 OE connecting rods with ep.23 cast piston on boosted application? I say yes. A lot of people have done it, but how long it will last, I don't know. There's one back in the day on the Honda Tech and CB7 forum. He made 400 plus wheel horsepower on that motor, and it's very impressive. But I think this will give you a slow acceleration at low RPM. It's because of, without doing anything on the internals and using this with the H22 head, your comp ratio will be somewhere around 8+1 comp ratio, and it's not ideal. Yeah, it's not good. You need at least 9 and above for boosted application. That way you don't suffer acceleration issue at low RPM. But way on top, yeah, it will make some power. But this thing will not last. Yeah, using a ep.23 OE cast piston, it's because of it's not set up for boost application. Yeah, this thing will get hot and expand so much that the ring grooves will break off on you. So you must do a lot of thinking using OE. Yeah. And since I'm going a different route, I thought about boosting this motor. I went and got me a Nippon piston. There's not a whole lot of K20 turbo pistons episodes on YouTube channel. I was wondering, why is that? Why is it no one have covered or put on a Nippon Racing turbo pistons episode or a build? I have seen a CTR and ITR K20 piston made by Nippon, but it's not very successful. And we'll see if this thing will last, if ever. I'm gonna post an information about this piston. I did some research on 2618 material because this is what it's made of. And they said that this thing expands 15% more than the 4032 material, which is the other type of forged piston. I'm going to give it a try. Yeah, that's the reason why I got this one. This is advertised to have a 9.5 to 1 comp ratio if you use it on K20. If I use this with a H22 cylinder head, it comes up to about 10 plus something, which is okay. At least it's not 11 plus. The lower than 11 is okay. I can deal with that one. But we'll see how it goes and we'll find out. So I really have to do my plan of attack as far as the ring gap setup on this one. I don't have to worry about the piston to wall clearances because that one, it's got 300,000 miles in it and it's barely within maximum. So I think I'll be okay. But we'll find out once that thing is open. But here is the difference between the two. This one, it comes with Hastings piston rings. This is the first time I'm going to use Hastings piston rings because I didn't know that this one came in with this. It's advertised that it's capable up to 600 horsepower, but we will see. I'm not even going up that high. If I can get 300 plus, I'm a happy camper on this one. Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be tame. Yeah, the plan is just to keep it under 350 plus. Yeah, no higher than that. But we'll see how it goes. It's because of I didn't get the block re-sleeve. That's the reason. This is the other way of doing things. Just to disclaim myself, this is not the right way of boosting a motor, especially on this block. You're supposed to have it re-sleeve. I learned my lesson here, right here. But remember, on this one I was using a no-name brand wastegate and it failed on me, and that's the result of that. But on this one I have pretty much like all the good parts, which is a legit parts, tile, and also Honda ECU, which has a protection for overboosting. So I'm covered in that area. I just have to keep it under the threshold that I want, and I'll be okay. That's just about it for this episode. And again, hopefully you like this one, and I will see you guys back on the next one. Bye everyone.